Yesterday I was listening to very patiently, and I missed a number of papers also in between, but I was there and I was very patient, having a very patient hearing, and I found that there was some misconception about Sufism as far as the session was going on. In that regard, I would like to spell out first thing first, that the medieval scholars speak about two types of ulema. One is Ulemae Su and other is Ulemae Hu. I think most of the scholars, as far as I was hearing all those things, they were mixing of both the things, which is not at all right in that context. Sufism to be understood in a very different perspective. Sufism to be understood in Sufism's perspective. Sufism, I don't know as far as the relation of Islam and all, as Professor M.Waseem was saying, first to understand what is Islam, then to understand what is Sufism. I feel that Sufism was a movement which was against those kind of practices which were making kind of domination of a particular section of the society among the Muslims. So, in order to break through those traditions, for example, Bhaktism, if you go through the Bhaktism, the movement of Bhaktism, that was also kind of revolt against the Brahminical revolt. So, Sufism was also a kind of revolt, and it was a kind of a different perception from those. There are two. I would like to make it clear that there are two kind of thinking in that regard. One is that whether you take Sharia as Sharia and there is a Sharia, then Ilme Marifat, Ilme Tariqat, Ilme Irfan, and then Ilme Baqa, Ilme Fana, then Ilme Baqa. So Sufis were concentrating upon Ilme Marifat. Ilme Marifat is that ilm which is to be known as Ulum, the mother of all ilm. So Sufis concentrated on that. They said that there are only three knowledge in the world. One is Ilme Ashya, another is Ilme Madhab, and third one is Ilme Marifat. So Ilme Madhab is that which you take the traditional form of Islam, that is Sharia and all tradition. So this is the other thing is that intercession. Sufism to be taken as wasila, the searching for wasila. In Quranic injection, you also find there is a verse in Surah Al-Ma'idah, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullaha wa abtagu ilayhi wasila wa jahidu fi sabilillahi la'allakum tuflihun. ऐ ईमान वालों, अल्लाह से डरते रहो और उस तक और वैसाई का वसीला तलाश करो और उसकी राह में jihad. There are two interpretations of jihad. One is takfiri jihad. I'm just considering takfiri jihad. So one jihad which Sufis had, it is takfiri jihad, not fighting with the swords and all that. Moving forward, I have certain points also to make. That there is as Professor M.Waseem was, I'm quoting again, he was saying that there should be some relation between Bhaktism and Sufism. Of course, there was a relation between Sufism and Bhaktism. Some was taken from Bhaktism. Some Bhakti scholars, Bhakti saints took things from Sufism and Sufism. There was a kind of interchange and exchange. Then the aspects of conversion. There is, as far as the impact of Indian culture is concerned, definitely Sufis had played a great role in Indian scenario. And Sufi is a messenger of Prophet. He is an ambassador of his Prophet. In akin to those scholars, common scholars of Islam. There are different sects of different people altogether. They had mission in their life, and their life was very different. They were the scholars of batin world, which is hidden world. Ilmul Hayr, Ilmul Laduni, and all those which is not known, which is not in the book. similes and metaphors which is very difficult to understand. So those things to be taken out, those things to be understood. This is not common thing, this is not simple thing. You cannot mix up Sufism with common practices of Islam. So they are to be taken very seriously, which I think that most of the scholars miss it. Because Sufis also had some karamat, some mu'jiza, and also. But they had certain kind of things in that regard. Now coming to the point, the last portion which I have to speak on. My paper is quite long, but I'll just finish it off. As far as Mughal royalty is concerned, Mughal royalty in India imbibed the tradition from Central Asian Sufism, particularly Naqshbandi Silsila was very much having influence on Sufism. Starting from great Amir Taimur down to even some of Bahadur Shah Jafar had some certain linkage with Sufism. I would just finish with my task was made more easier by Dr. Ziauddin Falahi's work on Dara Shikoh. But I would add certain points so that you will understand what is impact on Sufism in India. Dara based upon his things on Upanishad, and he starts with the work. He writes Ganeshaya Nama on one side and Bismillah on the other. That is Majmul Bahrain I am talking about. In the foreword, the concept of copy is brought. It is, he says that Satyam to be taken as Haq, Shivam as Jamal, Sundaram as Om. Om is Isme Azam, equivalent to Rahman. And he said that Kullun Qawmun Haq, that every religion has got one or the other prophet or messenger. So all religion to be taken together. I mean, Islam could have their own superior kind of things, but he said that you cannot disregard other religion. You should take all those religions in consideration so that unity could be achieved. That is the Unitarian thought. There is that to be taken, very seriously. That in Indian context, that was the point that Mughals, all the Mughal rulers had certain influences of. Akbar was visiting Sufi's line Mayor, and similar is the case with he built a big Fatehpur Sikri citadel there. Salim Chishti is buried. So all these kind of things will find all Mughal rulers. One last point I would like to make that about the brother of Dara Shikoh, sister of Dara Shikoh, Jahanamar. She was equally proficient in this knowledge of Sufism. She was the disciple of Mullah Badakhshi, and the interesting thing about her is that I don't know where is my paper. She says that Dara Shikoh had given her one shabiha of Mullah Badakhshi, and she used to pray before that shabiha. Then Dara Shikoh also brought shabiha of Prophet Muhammad, then shabiha of all those four caliphs, and also of Sahabas. And they were revered like anything in the Mughal world. So, it is against Sharia to have shabiha of any religious scholar or religious head. So, it is I think that is